in our last session. Today is day 8. Day 8 topic is provisioners. As part of this topic, we'll cover what are provisioners. We'll see why are provisioners last resort, then type of provisioners in Terraform, local execution, remote execution, file provisioners. Along with this, we'll see a lab on how to use local exec, remote execute and file provisioners. Okay. First, some theory related to provisioners. So I have uploaded the content related to provisioners in the repo. Let's begin with date. Provisioners. What are provisioners? Provisioners are small helpers. They are small helpers in Terraform that allow you to run scripts or commands that allow you to run script or commands after a resource is created. After a resource is created, these provisioners act as a small helpers that will allow you to run scripts or commands. They let Terraform run command on your local machine. One. Second, run commands inside a VM. It allows you to run commands inside a VM via SSH or WinR. WinR is for Windows and SSH is related to Linux. How do you connect and use this protocol? The third, upload files to a VM. This will also help you to upload files to a VM which you have created. One important thing we should remember is HashiCorp says provisioners should be used only as a last resort. It says HashiCorp is the company which Terraform has built. This company has built the Terraform. They say that use this only as a last resort. When there is no other option, go for these provisioners. Why are they saying like that? Why they are not recommending provisioners? Because there are few reasons. We have listed on 5 reasons. First thing is they break Terraform's idea of declarative or decide state infrastructure. So this Terraform will break. If you go ahead and use Terraform, this will break Terraform's idea of a declarative decide state infrastructure. Second point is they depend on outside system. Can fail randomly, like they depend on SSH, network, or firewall. Sometimes they get failed. And these provisioners are harder to maintain and troubleshoot. So these are like a bit harder to maintain and troubleshoot. Can produce inconsistent states if provision fails in midway. Like when you are trying to create provisioners and it gets failed in between. Then you get different failures and you try to fix it, but it takes longer than what you think to fix that back. Use them only when no better option exists. You use them only when there is no better option. I just want to go with this. So then only you go with provisioners. The type of provisioners in Terraform. There are 3 types of provisioners in Terraform. One is local execute. We'll see what is this. The first one runs a command on your local machine. Local exec will run a command on your local machine where Terraform is running. Example uses, it will notify a webhook. That second is run a local script. You want to run a local script, you can invoke it. Third is creating log file. So when you are running your Terraform script or anything, you want to create a log file, deployment log file, you can use this. Like here in example, you see it says echo VM created. That means it is creating a log file. Okay, after creating a VM, it says, okay, at this particular timestamp, a VM is created. So this is the first one, local execute. Second one is remote execute. Runs commands inside the VM. Remote execute, by name itself, you understand remote execute. So it is not running locally. It is trying to connect to a remote system and trying to execute something. So this is executing some commands inside a VM, which is remote. Example uses, so you want to install a Nginx or Apache inside a remote VM. You can do that using remote execute. Second, configure OS. Some part of configurations also you can make changes using this. Third, you can execute shell or PowerShell script. You can invoke this shell script or PowerShell script using this remote execute. Here in example, it is trying to update some of the Linux related packages here. So this is the inline script. This is the second one, remote execute. The third one is file provisioner. So why do we use file provisioner? File provisioner, what it does, it will upload a file from local to the VM. Example use cases are copying a configuration file from your local to remote. One, upload index.html or some web pages to a web server directory. Third is transfer secret temporarily. So if you want to transfer some secret to the remote VM, you can do so using this, but this is not recommended. But still you can do that. Example of file provisioner is given below. Provisioner file source is this, destination is this. Source, you can see this is something which you have saved in local. App.config is one file, and destination is it is trying to connect to the remote system and trying to save inside /etc/app/app.config. So that is the destination file. So these are the three different provisioners: local execute, remote execute, and file provisioner. Let's go in and see how actually these are working using a small lab. Day 8. Okay, inside the provisioners, I'll just open day 8 TF repo. Okay, inside this, you are seeing two folders and three files. One is main.tf, notes.ps1, where I kept some commands, providers.tf. Okay, and also two folders, configs, dev app.config, a simple file. And this is just a knowledge base related to provisioner, which I just uploaded into repo. It has all the content or the concepts related to provisioners. It has nothing to do with the lab, only the configs, main.tf and providers.tf. Let's see what is inside main.tf. Here, we are trying to create a VM. So for that, what we are doing, we are creating a resource group first. This part is about a resource group. Then we are creating a VNet with this name, and address space is 10.0.0.0/16. And we are creating a subnet with the name web, and this is the CIDR of this web, and few energy rules. So the first rule is SSH related. We are trying to open port 22. The second rule is we are allowing port 80. Next, we are creating a public IP address and a NIC card here, and we are trying to associate the NIC card and energy rules. Okay, from 83, let's see this. What is this is related to a local provisioner. We are creating a null resource and deployment prep, so that will run whenever you call it. And here, provisioner local execute. So the command is this echo, and I'm writing this inside this particular folder. This is a log file. So whenever I run this, it will say deployment started at, it will pick the timestamp. Okay. And it will put that this entire string into this particular file, log file. So this is about local execute. So, and we will also see remote execute and also file provisioner. Okay, I will explain those blocks, then we'll go ahead and run this, and we'll see all of the three of them, and we will also validate whether they have worked or not. Okay, the first part is local execute, where we are trying to create a log file And just to check, okay, this is when the my script has run and it has created a VM. That is what I wanted to know, and I just need a log file. So that is what we are achieving from this. And second one, so here we are declaring remote provisioner below. Okay, 133 line. You can see here remote execute. And here, the first thing when you are trying to connect, when you are running remote provisioner, the important part is to declare connection. How you are connecting. The type is SSH, provide your username, private key, which gets created as part of a VM when you try to create VM. And this is the public IP address, which is associated to this VM. And what we are doing, we are installing Nginx after VM is created. Here we are trying to install Nginx in this line, in these two lines. We are first updating, then we are trying to install Nginx. Then what we are doing next? Host web page creating index.html. Then what we are doing after Nginx is created. Nginx is like a web server. Okay, after that, we are trying to create one index.html, and inside that index.html, a simple line is there that says this is a TechLights provisioner lab and day 8. You can put any string. That should be fine. I just uh, taken this as an example, and I'm copying this entire line, which I just highlighted, into index.html, which is inside /var/www/html. So once you copy this string inside this, it gets automatically hosted, and you will be able to browse and see this page. And then what we are doing after I create this, then I'm saying I'm starting my Nginx and enabling it. Okay, these two commands will do that for me. So this is done as part of remote execute. So, and when we are running this after demo VM, resource demo VM is created, I am running this because this can be run only after this VM is created. Okay, next is declaring file provisioner, the third one of the provisioners. Provisioner, and how do you declare a file provisioner? Like this. This will have three things mandatory. One is how do you connect? What is the source? What is the destination, which we declared here? Connection. This you can directly copy it from here, which you have used because you are trying to connect to the same VM. Let's copy that here. We have used the same. This part is the same as a remote exec. Okay, this one. But the source and destination we need to provide. For as part of this as part of example or the lab, I just created a dummy devapp.config. It doesn't have anything like key value pairs or anything related to my application. It just has some string. Like if you see, it doesn't have anything. It test sample config file. But if you want, you can keep the config file configs here related to your application, and you can copy that. So what we are doing, I'm just trying to copy this config file to one of the locations on my server, which I created. Okay, I'm just copying to inside my home directory, Azure user home directory, and devapp.config with the same name. I will go ahead and run this script. There are three things to validate after I run this command, run this TF files. One is related to local execute, which is here. So it should create a log file for me. One is that I need to validate that. Second, related remote execute. How do I check this? How can I validate? Anyone tell me how can I validate this?
Going inside that VM and checking.
Yeah, we will SSH into this server using this public IP. So for that, what I've created, I need public IP, right? I have output that here. I need public IP. One way is directly I can see in the console. The second way is I need to log into my Azure portal and go to this VM and check what is the public IP. So which I don't want to do. I want the public IP. For that, I used output. I'll go ahead and pick the IP address from here. Then using that IP, I will SSH into this. Okay, remote. And then we'll see, okay, whether uh, we have this index.html in this path. One is that. Second, I will try to browse this public IP from my any of the browser and see whether this web page is accessible. It should have this one. Second is that I'll go ahead and check that. Okay. So that is how I want to validate my remote execute. And third is a file provisioner. I need to go and check, go to this path and see whether this devapp.config is copied to my remote server or not. Okay. These three validations I need to do. So first thing first, we have not created any VM yet. So let's go ahead and do that. Let me save. I'm not sure whether I saved or not. Okay, everything is saved. Am I on the right folder? 08 provisioners. Yes. Okay, I will say Terraform init. Okay, I can see it got completed and .terraform is created and a log file is created. Let me run Terraform validate just to check if the config files are good. Okay, success. The configuration is valid. I can run Terraform plan. Okay, it will go ahead and create 9 to add, 0 to change, 0 to destroy. Let me go ahead and run Terraform apply -auto -approve. So it is now going ahead and creating the VM. It is now creating remote resource group, I think. Then it will create VNets, subnet, then VM. All the VM related components. It can be storage, like a disk, NIC card, public IP. It is creating NSG rules. It might take a minute or two. Are you any one of you are you using provisioners in your project?
Premise, we are using programs.
Okay, okay. Do you often come across them or how it is? How for what
Very
they are
rare.
you? Very rare.
Very
Okay.
rare.
Okay. Shiva, you are you using provisioners or anything?
No, Smash, I use Ansible for
Okay.
like configuration management.
Yeah. Even when I was trying to get content related to this lab, right? I came across this. So when you are using Azure for the same thing, what I'm trying to do now, we can use custom script extensions. You remember in
Yeah, see, yeah,
yeah, in Mortgage Cadence we
mm,
have used custom
yeah,
script
yeah, correct.
extensions. Yeah,
Yeah,
as soon as the VM
mm,
spins up, it runs these custom script extensions.
correct. Yeah, yeah. Later on, we plan to use Azure automation, Ansible automation.
Okay.
But yeah, we don't know what happened. net.
Yeah, I remember
Mm.
Eric, right? He was saying we
Yeah,
should move to Ansible.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, yeah, it seems like this got completed. I got my public IP. So this is the public IP of and which got assigned to which got mapped to the VM. So let's check. Okay, let's check first thing first. Okay, local execute. So this is the deployment file which got created in my local. It says deployment started at. So this is the time when it has started. Okay, I think this is in a different time zone. It shows 2:55. I'm not sure which time zone it is. Okay, and this
That
is one validation we
is
thought to do.
UTC.
UTC. Okay,
UTC. Yeah.
okay. They are 5.5 hours behind, right?
Mm.
Okay. And this is one thing. This is about local execute. And we will see remote. Then for that, I need to log in, right? SSH. Okay, Azure user is my username 20 dot. This is the public IP, right? 20.185.243.182. So you can see now I got connected. I'll type host name just to check. Okay, this is demo VM. Now, how can I validate? Okay, let me check my notes. Okay, we can
It
validate
is
few things. So we kept index.html in this path, right? So then let's, and how we can check is the first thing is we'll connect and we'll see what files are here in the home directory. Okay, we have only one file. This one is devapp.config, which we copied um, from here
remote.
configs. Yeah, it got
Mm.
saved in this. So so this is one validation for file provisioner. Okay, let's see what is the content inside this cat devapp.config test sample config file. So this is what is inside here, test sample config file. Okay, now let me clear this. So let's check if the Nginx, what is the status of Nginx, my web server. So this is the command you can use to check the Nginx status. So as part of this lab, remote execute, we also installed Nginx. So we need to check whether this is running or not. You see this Nginx is active and running. I hosted a web page that is inside index.html. Let me go ahead and check whether this file is available or not. Now I'll move to that chain var slash www slash html. There. I when I went ahead and typed list, it is showing index.html and also one more file. What is inside this index.html? Index.html. Okay, I can see the lines which I tried to copy from my main.tf. Okay, now let's go ahead and check whether it is hosted or not. What is the IP address? IPADDR. I'm not sure if this works.
The host name hyphen I will give IP.
Hostname hyphen.
I space.
Will this give the public IP?
Public.
Okay,
Within
and
20 dot, right? We can see that output. Right?
yeah, this is here somewhere. I
Or
think
maybe I config.
I don't think I can get it from here
IP
because
config. ipconfig, try ipconfig or ifconfig.
This is a Linux box, right? IP config may not
Yeah,
work.
yeah,
We have
yeah.
IP
If then if config if,
IF
IP
config.
ID.
yeah,
IF
then
config.
if will work. Then if
Okay.
config.
Will that give public IP?
No
Without
space, no
space.
space, without space.
Okay, I need to do
Control.
Control C. If config. Okay, I need. Okay, I think I need to go back to my portal.
Still power type it's giving.
Yeah, it is giving the local IP address. I need. That's all right. I think I already logged into my portal. Okay, this got expired. That should be fine. I'll quickly log in. I need the public IP. Okay, these are the resources which got created. I need public IP. Okay, this is the one which I wanted and wanted to browse and check. Okay, this site can't be reached. Maybe it is going to HTTPS. Yes, I will remove S. Okay, now you can see Techline's Provisioner Lab Day 8. So this is how we hosted our web page using remote execute. So this is how the three of the provisioner options will work: local, local execute, remote execute, and file. Okay, any questions on today's lab or anything related to provisioners?
Ramesh, the last part is there, no? Line number 150, I think, in the main.tf.
158.
Yeah. So may know like where is this file located? Mm, Like
So this
in the
file,
path.
right, the source, it is
Uh,
here, configs devapp.config, and it is located, sorry, are you
Current
asking what is the
remote.
location inside
uh,
the VM?
like yes, the destination, how we are accessing. I
Okay.
mean, I can understand like you are giving the user, but like it's
Hmm.
the path, right?
Yeah. So you see, I'm on root path now. I'll just list. I have all this. I just want to check whether I want to go to this one. Is it
Oh,
listed here? Slash home. Yeah, it is here, right?
okay.
Okay. That's how I'm going there.
Oh, got it. I think this path is inside your base laptop itself, right?
This is not inside my base laptop. I'm connected to this demo
Oh,
VM now.
yeah, yeah.
So if I exit, I'll come back to my
Mm.
local system path. But
Yeah, yeah, got
here
it.
I can, yeah. So this is in the root path, home. Then
Mhm.
if we navigate, then we can see
Mhm.
this file.
Yeah, got it. Thank you.
Yeah. So let me go ahead and give quick summary on today's topic, what we have covered. Provisioners. We have covered provisioners today. As part of provisioners, we have seen what are provisioners, why are provisioners last resort, types of provisioners in Terraform, like local execute, remote execute, and file provisioners. These three we have seen. Okay, that is what we covered for today. And tomorrow's topic is resource meta arguments, count for each, depends on. And if time permits, I will also cover dynamic block tomorrow. We have two more class left, day 9 and day 10, and we'll be ending this series of Terraform. Most probably tomorrow and day after tomorrow by Wednesday. Wednesday would be the last session. Okay, any questions before we wind up for today?
No questions from me.
Good,
Thank you.
Ramesh.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep. Have a good day. Great week ahead.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, same to you. Bye.